The wife of the now discredited Illinois police lieutenant Charles Joseph Gliniewicz has been herself charged with embezzlement-related crimes. Her husband was known as G.I. Joe. He died in September, and his death sparked a weeks-long manhunt for 3 men suspected of shooting him. That hunt came to an end when investigators concluded Gliniewicz staged his own death. Investigators say the cop killed himself to cover up years of corruption. They say he stole tens of thousands of dollars from a youth group he led. And he spent that money on mortgage payments, travel, gym memberships. At the time of his death, he was set to retire in a month after working for the department for more than 30 years. Now, the couple has 4 sons. Melodie Gliniewicz was indicted Wednesday by a Lake County grand jury. If found guilty, she could face serious felony charges, including several years in prison. CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid joins us from Washington now. What is she saying about the charges against her, Paula?
Contessa, she denies the charges. Her lawyer says that she is a victim of her husband's secret behavior, but she's been indicted on felony counts of money laundering and using charitable funds for her personal benefit. Investigators in this case had tens of thousands of pages of documents, mostly financial records, and they show inconsistencies. They show that large amounts of money over a significant period of time were withdrawn from this charity and then used for personal expenses, trips to Hawaii, trips to Starbucks, trips to Dunkin' Donuts, and hundreds of restaurant visits. And as you said, she faces prison up to 7 years in jail if she's convicted.
How old are their kids?
I don't know how old their children are right now, but usually it helps in cases like this. If you do have children, if you can work out a plea deal, or even if you're convicted, it really helps because then you can hopefully negotiate a halfway house situation or not actually have to go to prison for the full term. So having children in a case like this, in a white collar case, does help a lot when it comes to sentencing.
And especially you would think, I mean, I'm not as a legal expert, but just as a mother, they've lost their dad already. To lose their mom for 7 years, getting the maximum penalty for this would just be atrocious for the kids themselves. Why do they think that she was in on some of the activities that cops think Joe Gliniewicz was involved with?
The documents, the evidence that was presented to the grand jury indicate that she knew where some of this money was coming from and then that it was being used for their personal expenses. So it's going to be her lawyer's job to show that she didn't really understand where the money was coming from or that it wasn't being paid back. The lawyer has to try to prove that she really wasn't a fully knowing accomplice in this money laundering.
All right, Paula Reid in Washington. Thanks, Paula.